One of the moments on the front line was seen on the Ukrainian battlefield is undergoing a significant transformation, driven by the emergence of Ukraine's drone army. Swarms of inexpensive, improvised attack drones are reshaping the balance of power against Russia's larger army, blurring the line between consumer electronics and weapons, and fundamentally reshaping the balance between humans and technology in war. These drones, known as first-person view (FPV) drones, were not in their current form at the start of the war between Russia and Ukraine. Based on consumer racing quadcopters, they boast impressive capabilities, reaching speeds of up to 160 kilometers per hour. Their nimbleness and small size allow them to duck into bunkers built from off-the-shelf components and evade conventional defenses, making them ideal for carrying explosive payloads and striking targets with precision. On the front line, a recording shows Russian soldiers can hide from conventional artillery bombardments underground in trenches, but these drones have the capability to loiter near their targets, posing a persistent threat that conventional artillery struggles to match. The psychological impact of their presence can be devastating, instilling fear and uncertainty among adversaries. Recognizing the significance of this emerging technology, President Volodymyr Zelensky has established a new branch of the armed forces dedicated to drone warfare. He has set ambitious goals, aiming to produce 1 million FPV drones by 2024. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that his troops have sufficient artillery shells for the first time since the war began, adding that his forces were successfully stabilizing the situation in the northeastern Kharkiv region. Beginning last week, Russian forces were advancing steadily in Ukraine's Kharkiv region, as recently approved U.S. aid trickled into the war-torn country. Lieutenant General Kyrylo Budanov, the head of Ukraine's military intelligence agency, told media on Tuesday that the situation in the Kharkiv region was on the edge and was moving toward critical every hour. Ukrainian leader Zelensky told reporters on Thursday that the situation has been stabilized by our defense forces. Local news outlet Ukrainska Pravda reported. Today, our defense forces have stabilized the Russians where they are now. The deepest point of their advance is 10 kilometers (6.2 miles) in the directions of some enemy brigades. There is no progress at all and not was, Zelensky said. Zelensky also said that his military has enough artillery shells for the first time in 2 years of war, Ukraine's news agency Interfax reported on Friday. For the first time in the years of the war, none of the brigades complained that there is no artillery projectile, Zelensky said, adding that his troops had been talking of ammunition shortages for the past 2 months. Moscow's forces kick-started a new attack near Ukraine's Kharkiv region on May 10th, dropping guided aerial bombs and forcing residents to flee. The Institute for the Study of War, ISW, a US-based think tank, noted in its latest analysis of the conflict in Ukraine on Thursday that other Ukrainian officials had reported that its troops are stabilizing the situation along Kharkiv region's northern border. They added that the tempo of Russian offensive operations in the area continues to decrease. On Thursday, Ukrainian Kortitsia Group of Forces spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Nazar Voloshin said that Kyiv's forces were partially stabilizing the situation in the Kharkiv direction. The Ukrainian General Staff added that its forces have so far denied Russia's tactical objectives to penetrate Ukrainian defenses within the city of Vovchansk, where Russian troops have been focusing their efforts in the past week, the think tank noted. Oleh Syniehubov, the head of the Kharkiv region's military administration, also said that Ukrainian forces have halted Moscow's troops from actively advancing in the region, and that Kyiv's forces have regained more favorable positions in some unspecified areas, the ISW added. On the other hand, NATO's top commander said on Thursday he did not believe Russia's military has deployed enough troops to make a strategic breakthrough in the region around Kharkiv in northeastern Ukraine. General Christopher Cavoli, NATO's supreme allied commander Europe, said he was confident Ukrainian forces would hold their lines in the region. Russia last week opened a new front in the Ukraine war when small groups of highly mobile units pushed swiftly over the border into the Kharkiv region, forcing Ukraine to rush in troops from other areas. The Russians don't have the numbers necessary to do a strategic breakthrough, Cavoli told a press conference at NATO headquarters in Brussels after a meeting of military chiefs from across the transatlantic alliance. More to the point, they don't have the skill and the capability to do it, to operate at the scale necessary to exploit any breakthrough to strategic advantage. They do have the ability to make local advances, and they have done some of that, but they've also made some local losses, he added. While General Christopher Cavoli did not give any figures for the number of troops Russia has deployed in the area. But Admiral Rob Bauer, the chair of NATO's military committee, told the press conference he expected serious improvements soon in the amount of ammunition Ukrainian forces would receive. Russian forces have been outshelling Ukrainian troops sometimes by a ratio of 10 to 1, according to officials. Ukraine's ammunition shortage was partly down to a months-long delay in getting a major military aid package for Ukraine through the U.S. Congress. Cavoli said Ukraine's allies were now shipping vast amounts of ammunition and short-range air defense systems and significant amounts of armored vehicles that would help fight the Kharkiv advance. Cavoli also said, "I'm in very close contact with our Ukrainian colleagues, and I'm confident that they will hold the front line to maintain their defense positions," he said. While footage circulated, Bradley fighting vehicles provided by the Americans have now been deployed on the front lines of battle to pound Russian troop positions.